We are continuing to follow breaking news at this hour. One person was hurt in a shootout involving Thornton police.
This all started in Thornton with a burglary call. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez joins us live from the scene in Denver. Brianna, what are you learning?
Hey, good morning, Corey, Jordan. I just spoke to a few neighbors who did not want to go on camera, but say they heard those gunshots just after 3:30 this morning. I want you to take a look at the scene because this is what people are waking up to. So we know Thornton police as well as the Denver police, they have been on scene for hours. And we know this all started in Thornton around 3:45 this morning as a burglary call at the 100th block in Cueva Street. So officers with Thornton police approached the car, and that's when a chase started down I-25 and ended here along Elliott Street. If you're familiar with this area, this is near I-70 and Federal Boulevard. The car lost control and hit a barrier. That's when two male suspects tried to leave the scene. One of them was taken into custody. And take a listen to what Chief Ron Thomas had to say about the other suspect.
The driver of the vehicle stopped in the 4800 block of Elliott, turned and fired at the officer, did not strike the officer. The officer returned fire. Struck the suspect. He was subsequently taken into custody. Officers rendered aid and called for an ambulance to transport him to the hospital.
Now, according to the Denver Police Department, no homes were damaged. Again, you can see a very active scene right now. This is being investigated by the Denver Police Department, Colorado State Patrol, as well as CBI. Corey, Jordan.
All right, Brianna, thanks for breaking that down for us.
Happening tomorrow, the president will be in Colorado. He's delivering the commencement address at the U.S. Air Force Academy. He'll be at Falcon Stadium just north of the Springs. Gates open at 6:30 Thursday morning, and the ceremony should start around 9:30. And the Thunderbirds will be flying over the Springs as part of that ceremony. The Thunderbirds will have a practice flight later today. The best view of the Thunderbirds post-graduation flyover will be east of I-25 near the Air Force Academy. The Western Museum of Mining will hold a watch party.
Happening today in our nation's capital, the full House is expected to vote on the deal to raise the debt ceiling. Lawmakers have less than a week to get it approved before the U.S. runs out of money to pay its bills. If that happens, it would likely lead to a major economic crash. The deal extends the debt limit for 2 years while keeping spending roughly the same. Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is confident the deal will pass. Two of Colorado's Republican representatives say they will vote against this deal.
Lauren Boebert and Ken Bach say they are not happy with the compromise. They're both members of the House Freedom Caucus, which demanded much larger spending cuts. The caucus hinted they will file a motion to remove House Speaker Kevin McCarthy if this deal goes through. The state Republican Party is calling on Colorado Republican Representative Doug Lamborn to join the opposition. And so far, he hasn't commented.
An extraordinary public warning about social media and our kids actually has some local doctors hopeful.
They hope it encourages you to take a close look at how often that you and your kids are scrolling on social media. Anisha Roy is following this story in a news show. Are parents right to be alarmed by the warnings?
I mean, they should definitely be paying attention to this, but they can also use it as a chance to make some pretty simple changes. We've taken a couple of days to dive into the Surgeon General's warning because at the heart of it is that we don't fully understand the possible harm from too much social media and screen time to our mental health and well-being of our kids. What we do know is that we are still in the middle of a youth mental health crisis. Here in Colorado, we are seeing a heartbreaking number of kids showing up in the emergency room during a crisis. And the most recent numbers show that that is actually staying steady. Unfortunately, it's not dropping off. So we talked to Dr. Sandra Frisch with Children's Hospital Colorado. She said while we still need to learn more about the cause and effect of social media and our mental health, there is definitely a correlation.
How do we achieve balance when all of us are completely caught up in the digital world? You know, I can go out into our waiting room and see nobody in the waiting room, families talking with one another because they're all on their screens. So it's not just what's happening with the youth, but how do we help families?
So Dr. Frisch said that we do know more screen time can mean less exercise, and that can have a really profound impact on anxiety and depression. It can also impact our sleep. So she said, try as a family taking a 20-minute walk with no screens. That sounds doable, right? Not overwhelming. Maybe dinner time with no screens. There's also a website called healthychildren.org for a family plan to guide you through this. It's actually very great. You can do it by the age of your kids and the number of adults. It walks you through what's appropriate, what's not, everything from from age-appropriate content for like little ones to cyberbullying, and gives you like little tidbits, easy to follow along.
It's everything in moderation
Right.
here. Like we always say that nothing breaks my heart more when you go to dinner and you see the entire family on their
Just
phones,
this.
right?
Right.
And I get it. As a mom, I get it. You get it. It's
I
the easy way to do
100%.
it, but that is an opportunity to connect and get them off the screen.
Exactly. And you know what? I think at this point, right, it is so integrated into our lives. 100% erasing it is not really reality anymore, but it's about striking that balance and making sure that, you know, your kids are out getting exercise. You guys are reading a book together, you know, and if you do have media time, screen time, how do you do that in the healthiest way possible?
Yeah, using it appropriately.
Exactly.
All right, Anusha, thank you. Right now, we are less than 36 hours until the NBA Finals here in Denver. Only one more sleep for the Nuggets. This is a live look at Ball Arena, where the action will start tomorrow night against the Miami Heat. For the first time ever, the Nuggets will have jerseys with the NBA Finals patch. Take a look at this. The team shared this behind-the-scenes look at those patches getting sewn on. Aren't they beautiful? Well, Ball Arena is also getting ready inside. Rod has our sneak peek, and wait until you hear what Coach Malone has to say about the finals starting tomorrow. Rod has that coming up in Sunrise Sports. Now, it's not just Ball Arena. The whole city is expected to get a boost as we cheer on our team in the finals.
A big boost. New numbers from the Denver Chamber of Commerce predicts the series could bring $17 to $22 million to the state economy. That's
I like
great.
that.
The chamber might even talk your boss into letting you get out of work for the games. Sign me up. They created this really fun finals permission slip. I believe we're going to pull it up. Here it is. It's even signed by super mascot Rocky, so you know it's official.
Yeah, the slip reads, permitted activities include wearing Nuggets gear to work, leaving early to attend a watch party or a game, and high-fiving the Joker, if you can reach.
Yeah, there's that. Erica would really have a problem with that.
She's got some ups, though. You'd be surprised.
A running head start. Yeah. Today on 9 News Mornings, we want to hear from you. How do you plan on watching Game 1? Let us know, 9news.com/vote now. We've been talking about TV. A lot of people saying TV. Watch party, which would be at a bar, a restaurant, a friend's house, or you go into the game. 6% say they're going to the game.
Yeah,
Lucky.
87% watching on TV. We're with that. 8% watch party. Let us know which watch party you're going to, how fun they are. We'd love to see that.
The drinks are a lot cheaper at home, so I get that.
Keep weighing in, 9news.com/vote now. Well, happening today, the Scripps National Spelling Bee moves to the quarterfinals, and one of our Colorado spellers is moving on. Aditi Muthukumar is a 7th grader from North Glen.
And she is smart.
She really is.
She spelled multiple words right in the first round, including infotainment. That's kind of the easier ones of the ones she had to spell.
Yeah, there's another word. It's pronounced sign wine.
And it looks nothing like that.
Oh, it does not.
It's some type of orchestra or something like that. I don't know. She's amazing.
A
She spelled it
Burmese
correctly.
orchestra. You're
There you
right.
go. Aditi will now compete in the quarterfinals today. Best of luck to her.